We're learning Zilu Nishmas Etta Ahuva Bas Yaakov Maseches Gitin Perek Ches Mishna Ches. So we are continuing with cases where the get was puzzle and she remarried with this get, and the halacha over there was that it's Teitze Mizeh Umizeh, that she needs a get from both her first husband and her second husband, and all the halachas that we learned the Gabe marriage do not apply in this case. There's no Metzia, no Maisyaden, no Afos and Dareh, etc. No Paris, no Mazainis, no Blois. So the case in this Mishnah is that the get was given to the Isha instead of the Ish. What happened? Kasav Sefer get le-ish for Shever le-isha. He wrote a get for the Ish, and the Shever for Isha, the Isha was supposed to get it and give it to the man upon payment of the Ksuva. V'tah, v'nosan get le-isha v'Shever le-ish, v'nosan zel le-zeh, l'achar azman, harei get yetz miyad ish v'Shever miyad Isha. Turns out the husband has the get, and he never gave it to his wife. So the halacha is Teitzi Mizeh Mizeh v'chol hadrachim ha'elu ba. But Rabbi Eliezer argues, and he says in Ma'alter Yatza ein zeh get. If right away, meaning she was not married yet, and we find the husband has the get, so then it's talking out a get. But l'ma'achar zman Yatza, if she was already married to this next person, and years later he pulls out and he says, I had the get the whole time, then harei zeh get, we don't believe him. Rashi explains, because we think that there was a konunyum between the Isha and her first husband to say that she never received the get, but in fact it wasn't true, since it's coming out so long later, la'achar she'nisis, which is what the Mishnah means when it says la'achar zman, according to the Maskonas HaGemara. So then we don't believe him. We think that there was a konunyum between the lady and her first husband, and really it is a get. The last halach in the Mishnah is kasav l'garish l'sishtay v'nimach, if he was planning to write a get and he changed his mind and never gave it to her. So Beishamei Oimrim pasal min hakuna, she's still pasal from kuna, as if she's a gerusha. So the Gemara is mavur that this is just a chumra ba'alma. Now there is a musig of reach haget, that in certain cases when the Isha receives a get, but the get's pasal, she still has the status of a grusha l'inyan that she can't marry to a kain. It's called reach haget. But over here, the get wasn't given to her at all. So even Beishamai, who says that she's not allowed to marry kahuna, it's not mi'ikar din, it's only a chumra ba'alma. Beis Hillel says that about this she could marry a kain, and afal pishin nosna al tanai, even if he would give her a get, and it was al tanai v'lei nasa tanai, so therefore the get wasn't chal. So she's received the get, but the get wasn't chal because the tanai wasn't mekuyim. Like pasal menakuna, she can marry a kain. Mishnah tes hamagarish t'sishte v'lana imay b'pundiki. After he divorced his wife, he's with her in a pundiki. So the machlekes is Beishamai and Beis Hillel, does she need another get? Beishamai ain't tzichem and a get sheni. Beis Hillel tzichem and a get sheni. Originally, the Gemara says that the machlekes is in case that she had bia, and they're arguing whether adam oisa bilas bilas nos or ein adam oisa bilas bilas nos. So do we look at that there was like a new kedushin now, or it was just a bilas nos? The maskanas haGemara is that it's dafka talking about b'shaloi ra'u shenivala. So there was Ede Yichud, but there were no Ede Bia. And Beishamai holds she doesn't need a get because there was no Ede Bia. But Beis Hillel held Hein Ede Yichud, Hein Ede Bia, and therefore she needs a get. But the Mishnah clarifies that's Emasai Bizman Shen Nisgarshem and Anasuin, because then it's Liboy Gaspa. But Moedim and Nisgarshem and Erisin, she only had Erisin originally, and now it's Lana Imay B'Pundaki, then you don't need another get. As long as there's no Eidebiyah, it's Eideyichem without Eidebiyah. Gaspa. The last halach in the Mishnah is Kansa beget Kereach. So the hakdama to this is that there was such a thing called a get mekusher, that they were misaking their kohanim, since once they divorced their wife, they're not going to be able to. The wife's not going to be able to. She's now a gerusha. So they didn't want her right away to give a get, so therefore they made the get harder to make. So it was mekusher, it was folded over, and there was a signature on every time after it was tied. So there was one place that it was kireach, in this case, that there was no signature. So the halacha is that such a get is pasul. The Gemara explains because it's a gzeira mishum kulchum. We're afraid maybe the Baal told the Edim Kulu Chasuma that you all have to sign, and over here one signature is blank, it wasn't signed, so therefore the get's not a get. So therefore they said every get Kireach, even if we don't know if he said Kulchem, it's puzzle, and therefore it has the halacha that we said in the previous Mishnah is of Teitzim Mizeh Mizeh, V'chol Adrachim Ve'elu Ba.